Hi, Zebulon. So hopefully I pronounced your name right. Sorry if I didn't. But so I was just gonna show you like some stuff in my classroom and like kind of what I do to get started for the school year. And then just some other things I put in my classroom that you probably could like start working on if you wanted to, like, and because I know what you're thinking, like filling up the time and everything. So this was my semester one classroom from last year. Um, Obviously it's closed. But one of the things I do is I create my own schedule, which basically I just create it in a Word doc and then I do columns and then I tell the students every week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, this is what you're doing. Um, and then down here I put like I put information for like live sessions and things like that. So that's one thing I do. The other thing I do is I do a pacing guide and I have when the assignment opens, when the assignment's due, and when the assignment closes. And so obviously like the first week of school, the only thing that I had on this pacing guide were like these first three things. So like I did a get to know you assignment. They all are going to take a readiness test. And then the orientation uh, or sorry, the email etiquette, I'm actually cutting that out this year because it's an assignment and it's a pain and I've wanted to get rid of it forever, so I'm going to. So in the pacing guide, that's basically what would be there. But I can send these to you in an email so you can see what they look like. Um, then I don't know how I made that bigger, but I did. And then so the other thing is that so you can't really do your class plan until you get everything set up in your classroom, and you'll have to do a class plan for your students. But basically, the class plan is super easy. It is you pretty much just like saying like that orientation assignment. So on the 22nd, you would say that you're doing the orientation week. So so on the 22nd, I had like that orientation week. So you go down and click more and you add content. And then I would have just done getting started in English 108 orientation assignments. I would have added that. And then if you add it, and I'll just show you what it looks like because I can cancel out of there. And then you just add it all day and then to the end of the week. So I would add it through the 26th and then hit create and that adds into your plan. And it's super easy. But you can't do the plan until you have your class set up basically and you have your assignments in there. Um, the first week we normally do, so we have map testing, so that's going to take up 2 days. I don't know if they'll have you map test since you're new. They may not, so you may get that time off, which that'll be good. But if you do have to map test, then you'll be doing map testing for 2 days, and it's really easy. It's not hard to do. Once you do it once, you'll be fine. And then we'll do the pre-test or the like the readiness test that the students all have to do. And then we normally everybody does at least one orientation assignment. So with that, like my orientation assignment is a discussion board assignment. I know some people use Google Docs and they'll do like a Google form and they'll have them fill out that information that way. If you're super comfortable with Google, I would go the Google form route. I'm not uber comfortable with Google, so I just use the discussion board because I have my students use the discussion board throughout the year and it gives them like a jump start on it. Plus, other students get to see their responses and I let them talk back and forth on that. So I just have a folder that says Getting Started in English 108. And so when I click that, what happens is I have my teacher contact information pop up in there and I'll show you what that is. It's pretty easy. But it's just my name, you know, what my times that I offer, things like that. So it just depends on like what your hours are. You you teach Monday through Friday, but people vary their stuff, like their classrooms, and I'm sure Heather has told you kind of what your schedule should be. But our sessions are 9:15 to 10:10. Monday through Thursday is what I do. And then Friday, I actually use that as a help session because you only have, it's not at 9:15, it's at 10 something. And then I use that kind of as a help session and targeted help session for students. And then I'll just bring them into the class and for students that need like extra help or things. But it's only like 30 minutes long. So because we meet as a whole school usually on Friday, so there's like some reasons that it's shorter. But my contact information is there. And then the next thing I have is my syllabus. I can send this to you if you want. I'm definitely going to be changing some things around because some things are going to be a little different for when I go to, obviously we have new assignments coming in this year. But for the most part, a lot of it is the same. But it's just I have it in a PDF, I think. But I just normally go in every year and just make a couple of changes and then just change the school year. And then I throw that in as my syllabus. And then academic integrity, this is something that we have at OHVA. It just supposed to keep them a little bit from plagiarizing and cheating and things like that. But that's something I put in my um, first section there of my teacher contact info, things like that. And then work to create for or to complete for orientation week. We have to create like that video that the administrators were talking about this morning. They were talking about a video that we have to create for orientation. So the video I send to them, I just will put right here. And I'll change it this year. I was looking at it earlier this morning. I was like, yeah, I got to change it because it's not pertinent to probably what we'll be doing this year. So I did that. So then my assignment is an introduce yourself assignment. And it's like I said, it's on the discussion board and I'll take you there. One thing that I do, and I don't know if a lot of teachers do this, I think a lot of us do, is I create videos for almost every assignment that I have in my classroom. Being your first year, that might be something that you don't want to take on right away, but if you find yourself having some time, or if you have students who you're getting like 30 questions about a specific assignment, and rather sending like this mass email or whatever, you may want to create a video because you're kind of anticipating that there's going to be issues. So that's why I do it, and I just know like ahead of time these are the questions they're probably going to have about this assignment. So instead of trying to get 50 emails from students, I'm always like watch the video and then if you have questions let me know. So this video basically shows them how to use the discussion board, how to basically do the assignment. It's very straightforward. And then we use Screencast-O-Matic to record a lot of things. So I know you can use other things, but if you haven't gotten your like you should have like a password and you should have information to Screencast-O-Matic to have the professional like version. So I would definitely get that from Heather if you don't have that yet or whoever. So the introduce yourself assignment is here. And so that is basically what I do is I do a little brief intro and then I do like 10 questions. And then I always say, put a picture if you want. A lot of them won't, a lot of them do. And then I have them put it on the discussion board because I want them to be able to see other people in the class because being online, we're really isolated a lot of times. This is a social outlet for them a little bit because I let them respond to each other. However, I um, like obviously will go in and monitor and make sure they know the rules of discussion board. It has to be like friendly and constructive criticism if we have editing or things like that going on, and pictures have to be school appropriate and all of those things. So, but you can set the discussion board up to, you have to approve their post. So that's kind of up to you. I have had years where I've definitely set it up to approve, but then I've had years where I just let them post because they're a really great group of kids and they've done a like I trust that they're going to do it. I rarely have an issue with it. So it just depends on like, how you feel them out and if what you think they can do. So discussion board is pretty easy to use. But and if you want to use the discussion board, you don't have to. You can use like just a Google form and then gather that information too. And that can be their orientation. Or you can do something completely different. We just all do some type of getting to know you assignment, orientation assignment. Um, and then, so that's what I'm trying to like see what else. Like I said, I'm getting rid of the email etiquette thing. So that's really all I put in the first week. So the second week, and I will share this with you once I'm done. I do, and I'm building that right now. I'm doing a review, an English review week. So I'm doing literary element review. I'm doing writing, like what my expectation for writing is going to be. So I just will talk about like topic sentences, transitions, um, doing pulling textual evidence, things like that, that I think are really important in writing. I'm not making them do it. I'm going to make them look at like a paragraph. And basically, I'm going to see if they know how to label that paragraph. And like, this is an intro, this is a transition, this is a topic sentence, this is your supporting evidence. Like, I'm going to kind of see, and I'm not going to make it worth a lot. I will show them like an example where they can actually see what it looks like. But in the past, we've had a lot of problems with students just knowing how to write the basic, like 5 paragraph essay or 3 paragraph essay, or even a full like paragraph with like the 5 sentences where you do an intro sentence, 3 body sentences, and then a concluding sentence. So we're really starting to, I want them to see it first and then scaffold it down. So that's what I'll do in there. And then I will also, I'm going to do a context clues. And then I am also going to do a reading strategy uh, unit right before we start our short stories. So they can have reading strategies going into the whole school year and read. So those are things, and those units I need to build up. So if you want those, like I absolutely will have, you can just ask me and I can ask Brenda to like copy them over to your classroom and you can see that. So the other thing, and I think this is more of a Heather thing that you're gonna need, like if you notice, and I'm gonna pause for really quick. All right, so this is our classroom right now. Like basically there's nothing in there, right? There's nothing in that classroom. So if you go like into content, so what happens is they throw in a lot of information, a lot of content that we never use. We like half the time we never use this. So what I did is I had Brenda go ahead and throw in some stuff from my old class from last semester, and then I just hid it. I hid all of it. Everything that was in my current classroom, I created a draft. So you can add a module down here. I just added this draft, and basically all you do is type in draft. And then if you open that up, you're going to see this is all the stuff that you probably see in your classroom right now. It has all these units and term checkpoints and things like that. I just hide all of that. So I create a draft folder, and I once you create the draft folder, once you go up and do that, if you click on the actual folder itself, if you do the down arrow, you can say make visible to users or hide, and mine are hidden. So this little I with a line through it means it's hidden. So it's all hidden in there. What I will end up doing, and you may not want to do this, you may want to hold off because you don't want to accidentally delete something, is in the grade book, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you're going to have to hide from the students if all of these things are kept. What I do is once my classroom is set up, I delete anything that I don't need. I just delete it all out. I delete the assignments, I delete the grade book connection, but it took me a little while to learn how to do all of that. So that's something that you may be better off just hiding it for right now, just so the students can't see it, because in the class, we can see this, but they obviously cannot, right? Because it's hidden. So, but I like the more clean, streamlined look, and my time's gonna run out. So I'm gonna send you this video.